It's time to become familiar with one of Sea of Thieves' most dangerous islands, and never get sunk at Cannon Cove again. Tip number 1. When I say Cannon Cove is dangerous, I say that because the island is relatively large and in visible distance of both New Golden Sands and Sanctuary Outpost to the west. Then to its east, it can also be seen by Reaper's hideout. Because of this, you should stay vigilant at all times. Tip number 2. Cannon Cove, which lacks any stationary cannons, has a giant rock cannon structure in its center. To get on top to access the torch and throne, or to just scope out the shores of plenty, put your ship on the northeast side of the island and cannon to the southwest, providing you with the most possible space for landing. Tip number 3. Cannon Cove is home to over 39 barrels and 3 ammo crates, which brings me to my next tip. Tip number 4. The dock on the northwest side of the island has a possible keg spawn that can be a true game changer and hosts over 7 barrels of supplies ripe for the picking when being chased. Tip number 5. If you're in a sloop being chased by any boat, get away smoothly through these rocks, which you can harpoon to sharply turn as well. Larger boats will have a harder time getting through them, if not due to the rocks, due to the high sandbar between the rocks. Tip number 6. Cannon Cove has pigs and chickens. Shores of Plenty animal runs are a piece of cake, and if delivering between the 2 outposts, you should only need to go to Cannon Cove and Lone Cove for all 3 animals. Tip number 7. The Ashen Winds event can spawn at Cannon Cove. If solo or keeping the boat unoccupied, I recommend leaving your boat out in the water to the west in visible distance from the cove, but far enough away that a mermaid will pop when you cannon over. If you see an enemy ship approaching, just merm back, and then you're ready to roll. Though your boat will be safe from the molten rock on the east beach, I don't recommend parking there because it's an incredibly easy target for Reapers. Hopefully these tips will help you chain shot your mission whenever you're next at Cannon Cove.